So for you guys that haven't seen this work, this is one of the ones I got back from the gallery that I had in Oslo. And it's going into my exhibition next month. Now this is one of my absolute favourite works because of the rich textures and colours that you can see. It's called Blue Poles, and you can see why it's called Blue Poles. I was really into Jackson Pollock and I guess that's where the name came from, because I wanted to do a representation of my own version of Blue Poles. So I'm really happy with this work, and I'd love to do something on a huge scale, like 2 or 3 meters, almost the same size as, you know, Mark Rothko's work on that scale, but doing my textures and creating this style of work. And I'm sure I will one day. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this work. Now what I've done to it is I've always envisaged having lights behind the work, so when it hangs up on the wall it has like this soft glow around the circumference of it. Now because I can't get a hold of or find a place where I can get custom made like a neon light to go around the back here, or if I can it's going to cost me like $1 billion. I've just put my own version of my lights on it, and I'm going to show you what it looks like at night when I get it. But I've just put a couple of battery packs on the back with some other style of lights, and you won't be able to really tell now because it's too light, but as you can see I've switched these lights on now and they go all the way around, so I'm going to film it at night and show you what it looks like then. And this is another work that I got back from the gallery. It's a lot smaller, but it's one of my favourites. And I guess this was the first work that I did when I came up with this texture and this combination of texture. It reminds me a lot of crocodile skin in a lot of ways, and it also reminds me of bark. Actually, the original idea came from the bark of the birch tree, and I wanted to try and emulate it, and I did that in another painting which I sold, but I don't have a photo of it, but I'm going to try and make it again. But once again, I'd like to try and make this on like a huge scale, because I think this type of work that's quite minimalistic in a lot of ways looks really good on a grand scale, more so than on small scale. You'll really like see the power when it's huge. So yeah, so that's another one that I wanted to show you. And then there's this one. I'm not sure this one's finished or I'm happy with it 100%. I do like the textures that I've created. I do like elements of it. And this is the first work that I started to introduce putting wire through it. Like I've got these little wire loop type things, and I was hanging string off them to sort of represent these rays of moonlight in a sort of abstract contemporary type way. I'm not sure that the string is the right thing for this, and I have to find something that will, but basically they just were supposed to hang. Maybe something that's a little bit thicker cotton would do it a bit more justice, but for the overall texture I'm quite happy with it. So I've just got a few little things to iron out, but yeah, thought I'd show you that too. And as you can see, I started working on some new works on paper. It takes me a couple of days to actually get into the routine of it, because I haven't actually done any painting or works for quite a while, so it's not something I can just pick up and start straight away. You sort of need to develop getting into the flow again, and yesterday What I just showed you before is my attempt to get back into the flow, to remember ideas and to remember techniques that I've done. So for these I'm just basically looking at composition, positive and negative space, those sort of elements, and colours that work quite well together. And what I do is I just do a bunch of these, and then I get ideas for colour combinations that I can start to do in other works. Quite like these colours, it's quite nice. And I wanted to start introducing a few drawing elements, so started adding a few pencils, like I've done some writing here. And yeah, so that's all I've done, I think, those few. So I just wanted to show you that sometimes it takes a little while to get into the flow of it. Now, just quickly, I've had lots of people asking me about my stencils, if they can buy it. Now, I did put them up on Etsy a while ago, but for some reason I didn't really sell that many, and I didn't really feel like carving them out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my stencils up on Etsy, and I'm going to, rather than me carve out the stencils, because I just don't have the time, I'm going to put the stencils up, and basically you can buy the stencils, and then I will send you a PDF file, and you can print it out and cut it out yourself, because honestly I don't have the time. And yeah, I'm going to include my 3 stencil Mona Lisa, my crows, my goldfish, basically all of my good stencils, my Jesus stencil. So stay tuned to my Etsy site for those stencils, for those people that want to know. Anyway guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.